The View co-host Sunny Hostin's husband, Emanuel Hostin, has been accused of federal insurance fraud.
Sunny Hostin, her husband accused of committing federal insurance fraud in a lawsuit.
A media personality at the heart of fiery debates and a prominent voice for justice, Sunny Hostin has never shied away from controversy. But what happens when the controversy lands directly on her doorstep? For months, whispers of a massive scandal have dogged her husband, Dr. Emanuel Hostin, a well-known orthopedic surgeon in Manhattan. Now, those whispers have exploded into a full-blown maelstrom of accusations that threaten not only his professional future, but also Sunny's carefully cultivated public image. It all started with a lawsuit of staggering proportions, one so large that legal insiders are calling it the biggest case in New York since the days when entire crime families fell under its weight. Dr. Emanuel stands among numerous defendants accused of manipulating insurance claims in ways that could cost billions of dollars in damages. Yet the story doesn't end with him. Many observers claim Sunny herself may be tangled up in the alleged deceit, fueling a public firestorm that's testing loyalties, tarnishing reputations, and leaving everyone wondering how far this scandal will go. At the center of everything is an imposing lawsuit filed by a major insurance company, an action that invokes the federal racketeer statutes, better known as the R Act, usually reserved for dismantling large-scale criminal organizations, but R allows triple damages if the defendants are found liable, catapulting this case from just another fraud claim into a potentially catastrophic threat for everyone involved. According to official documents, Dr. Emanuel Hostin and nearly 200 other defendants are accused of orchestrating a long-standing scheme of fraudulent billing, unnecessary surgeries, and fabricated insurance paperwork. The lawsuit suggests that this intricate network aimed to take advantage of New York's no-fault insurance laws, raking in profits while sidestepping the usual red flags. For a surgeon once respected in elite medical circles, these claims carry the potential to wipe out both fortune and freedom if the courts decide the evidence holds up. What makes it especially jarring is the scale of the allegations. Industry insiders are aghast at the complexity, noting that most insurance fraud suits are limited to small clusters of individuals. Here, the complaint runs nearly 700 pages, detailing a web so extensive that even longtime prosecutors are calling it unprecedented. With a case this large, the unfolding drama could last for years, overshadowing every aspect of Emanuel Hostin's personal and professional life in the meantime. Until recently, Dr. Emanuel Hostin was celebrated for his skill in orthopedic surgery, with glowing testimonials from former patients and an established presence in prestigious Manhattan clinics. His reputation for precision and care made him a sought-after specialist, a status that also elevated Sunny's standing on The View, where she often spoke with pride about her husband's medical background. But now, that shining reputation faces a monumental collapse. Under the R Act, even the whiff of widespread conspiracy can set off a legal avalanche. If the courts find Dr. Emanuel guilty, the financial hit may skyrocket into billions, thanks to the statute's allowance for triple damages. Jail time is also on the table, potentially years or even a lifetime if prosecutors decide to pursue criminal charges instead of or in addition to the civil lawsuit. For Emanuel, a conviction could mean the end of everything he's built, the end of his surgical career, the loss of professional licenses, and the permanent shadow of a felony on his record. For Sunny, who is by his side both in marriage and in the public eye, the fallout goes deeper than social media backlash. People are already questioning her claims of moral high ground, a platform she's used often during heated debates on national television. When this lawsuit first appeared in public view, most of the attention fell squarely on Dr. Emanuel. But as details trickled out, rumors started pointing to Sunny. Anonymous insiders claimed she might have played an active part in hiding or funneling illicit funds, an accusation that directly conflicts with her outspoken persona as a champion for legal accountability. Some sources say Sunny's prior experience as a federal prosecutor gave her unique insight into possible loopholes for stashing money and deflecting scrutiny. Though these rumors remain unverified, the mere suggestion has rattled fans who admired her for being unapologetically vocal about corruption in high places. Online forums and social media sites are now filled with questions about how someone so insistent on justice could be involved in something so ethically murky. critics have pounced on what they see as glaring hypocrisy. After all, Sunny gained notoriety on The View by calling out dishonesty wherever she saw it, be it in government, corporate boardrooms, or celebrity tabloids. If these allegations hold any water, the paradox of her private actions versus her public condemnation of wrongdoing would be impossible to ignore. Supporters, meanwhile, caution that rumor doesn't equal proof, urging the public to give her the benefit of the doubt until hard evidence appears. Public figures thrive on perception, and Sunny is no exception. She's long projected a strong moral stance, using her legal background to add weight to her words whenever the conversation veers toward ethics or justice. Now, though, the tables have turned. Social media posts have shifted from praising her incisive commentary to dissecting her possible complicity in an alleged fraud scheme. Many see her condemnation of political and social corruption as hollow, now that her own family is embroiled in scandal. Critics on platforms like Twitter and Instagram point out the stark contrast between her fierce advocacy on national television and the swirling allegations behind the scenes. Some are calling for her immediate removal from The View, arguing that her credibility is irreversibly damaged. Still, not everyone has joined the digital mob. A significant contingent of her fans are demanding restraint, reminding people that nothing has been conclusively proven and that legal processes take time. They argue that Sunny remains innocent until proven otherwise, and caution against rushing to judgment in a culture that's often too quick to cancel public personalities. As heated as the discourse has become, one fact is clear. The scandal has overshadowed nearly every topic Sunny once championed. No matter how she addresses it on air, the conversation inevitably pivots back to her husband's situation and her own rumored involvement. If facing a monstrous R lawsuit weren't enough, Sunny now finds herself in the crosshairs of two more legal actions, each with potentially devastating outcomes. The first involves none other than former First Lady Melania Trump. Reportedly, Melania's legal team has filed a defamation complaint against Sunny and other members of The View. This stems from on-air comments Sunny made about Melania's private life and motives during Donald Trump's presidency. According to insiders, the lawsuit suggests Sunny painted Melania as someone who actively sabotaged her husband's political ambitions, a claim Melania's lawyers argue is baseless and damaging to her public image. Adding fuel to the fire are allegations that Sunny once made pointed remarks about Melania's personal beliefs, further inflaming tension. If the courts side with Melania, Sunny could face millions or even hundreds of millions in damages. Simultaneously, Pennsylvania Senator John Fetterman has launched a separate lawsuit that names Sunny and producers of The View, claiming defamation and intentional infliction of emotional distress. During a heated segment on the show, Sunny allegedly described Fetterman's legal actions as a self-serving move with ulterior motives. She even questioned his character in a manner Fetterman's camp insists was misleading and harmful. For a sitting senator, such public allegations can have real political consequences, and Fetterman appears determined to hold Sunny accountable for her words. Taken together, these two lawsuits extend the legal quagmire far beyond insurance fraud. Now Sunny must contend with defamation claims from high-profile individuals who have the resources, influence, and will to pursue long, costly court battles. Caught between her husband's case, accusations of her own involvement, and mounting defamation suits, Sunny faces emotional strain on multiple levels. She's well known for her strong on-camera persona, but real life offers no timeouts or commercial breaks. As rumors swirl about her role in the alleged fraud, she also has to reckon with the possibility that her life, professionally and personally, could dramatically shift in the months and years ahead. This is not just about Sunny's reputation or Emanuel's medical license. They share a life, children, and a social standing that's becoming more precarious with each passing headline. Supporters sympathize, noting that any family in the midst of high-stakes legal battles would find it challenging to maintain normalcy. Critics, however, argue that her predicament is self-inflicted, a direct consequence of making bold moral judgments on television while allegedly ignoring legal and ethical lines in her private affairs. Observant viewers have noted a difference in Sunny's on-screen energy. Some segments that once saw her fiery commentary now show a more reserved personality, as though she's consciously reining herself in. It's impossible to say whether this shift is intentional, but speculation abounds that network executives might be involved, advising her to keep a lower profile until the legal dust settles. Within the corridors of the network that airs The View, tension is reportedly running high. Top brass are said to be carefully analyzing every new twist, worried about potential fallout. From advertising revenue to overall brand image, the show stands at risk if its star commentator becomes too controversial for sponsors or viewers. Network officials typically maintain a unified front, yet whispers from behind the scenes indicate that some executives believe the scandal is detrimental enough to warrant discussions about Sunny's future on the panel. Could she be temporarily suspended until the lawsuits are resolved, or could the network issue a firm show of support, hoping that the legal process vindicates her? The stakes are immense, and the network's decision will inevitably shape Sunny's career trajectory. Meanwhile, the R lawsuit trudges forward, drawing in hundreds of defendants, each eager to shift blame or minimize their own liability. If Dr. Emanuel is exonerated, his family might reclaim some sense of normalcy, though by then the public's opinion of Sunny could be cemented. If he's found liable, the consequences could include astronomical financial damages and possible prison time, leaving Sunny to navigate an entirely new reality with or without him. From claims of orchestrating fraudulent surgeries to defamation suits leveled by a former First Lady and a sitting U.S. Senator, the drama swirling around Sunny Hostin has reached a fever pitch. The sheer volume of allegations raises urgent questions. Can Sunny ever reclaim her platform as an unquestioned voice on justice and morality? Will her husband emerge from this legal tangle with his reputation and freedom intact? And what if Sunny's rumored involvement in financial concealment proves more than just rumor? While the courts will have the final say, the public's judgment is already in motion. Social media is teeming with discussions. Mainstream outlets are picking apart every new filing, and The View remains under the microscope. As the wheels of justice turn slowly, and often unpredictably, the real question is whether Sunny's career and personal life can survive this relentless spotlight. The scandal stands as a sobering reminder that even the loudest champions of transparency aren't always transparent themselves. In the coming months, evidence will be tested, statements will be scrutinized, and the truth, or at least a version of it, will emerge. Until then, the stage is set for a legal and media battle that could reshape Sunny Hostin's legacy in unpredictable ways. What do you think? Has Sunny become the unfair target of relentless public scrutiny, or is she merely facing the consequences of her own words and deeds? Share your perspective below and keep an eye on this evolving saga, because if one thing is clear, it's that this story is far from over.